iHeart, get ready. Fantasy football is here. Welcome to the Scout Fantasy Show. ScoutFantasy.com is home to the Fantasy Football World Championships and the best players in the world. Real money winners giving their secrets to help you win. Now exclusively on iHeart. This is the Scout Fantasy Show with your host, the one, the only, Dr. Roto.
Roto with Scout Fantasy Sports. Get out the insurance cards. Get out the copay. The office is open, my friends. All right, let's take a look. Week number 8. Kirk Cousins going to London and opens up his can of greatness. 458 yards and 2 TDs. R. Kelly, I believe I can run, gets a touchdown and 87 yards. Did I not tell you that was going to happen? Seriously, did I not tell you that was going to happen? Jamison Crowder, he's my guy. Love this guy. Only going to get better. Deshaun, bye-bye next year. Pierre Garçon, who knows? Crowder moves into a full-time role. Loving this guy next year. Jordan Reed finally comes back, shows what he can do when he's healthy. When Jordan Reed's healthy, there may not be a better tight end whose name is not Gronkowski. It may be Gronk and Reed. I mean, he may be better than Greg Olsen. It's true. Cincinnati, oh man, Andy Dalton played well, but not great. But who really impressed me in this game was Tyler Eifert. And Tyler Eifert returned. And I don't think a lot of people expected what he did. I know I did. 9 for 102 and a touchdown. But his presence on the field opens up the field for A.J. Green. Just him being there makes A.J. Green better. So if you own A.J. Green and you own Tyler Eifert, this is your lucky day. Because right now the Bengals are going into that spot where they need to be. The sweet spot. They have a bye week coming up, right? The Bengals have a bye week coming up. But after the bye week, right? The Giants, Buffalo, Baltimore, Eagles, Browns, Pittsburgh, Houston. They got 5 games at home. 5 games at home. So the Bengals can make an impact. I really do. I think the Bengals can make a big impact moving forward. The Chiefs and Colts, Alex Smith, man, he gets a concussion, leaves, then comes back up and gets whacked again. So, and then Spencer Ware gets a concussion. I mean, the only guy who didn't get a concussion was Andy Reid. So I'll say this. Nick Foles, one of my favorite backups in the league, and you got to give credit to Andy Reid for basically picking him up for nothing, for like a box of Krispy Kremes. That's what he gets for Nick Foles. And Nick Foles, without Alex Smith, he was flinging it down the field. Travis Kelce, 7 for 101 and a touchdown. Tyreek on Fleek Hill, 598 and a touch. Jeremy Maclin finding the end zone. Who knew? 3 for 43 and a touch. Telling you. It's pretty good. Now, Spencer Ware out. Charcandrick West in because Jamal Charles has swelling in the knee. And as Dr. David Chow told me last night, that's not a good sign. It's not a good sign. So Charcandrick West, he's going to be a guy that we'll be discussing over the next couple of days. I promise you that we'll be discussing it. For the Colts, Andrew Luck, 19 for 35, 210 yards. You know, they sacked him 6 times. You know the Colts offensive line stinks. The Kansas City is not a great defense. It's a good defense with a great pass rush. D. Ford's middle name, and D. Ford had Andrew Luck's name tattooed on his helmet. Boom, he was all over that guy. But Luck had 60 yards rushing, but Frank Gore only had 9 carries because of game flow. Here was else something predictable. Jack O'Doyle Rules did nothing because the Chiefs cover the tight end well. Moncrief comes back, goes 4 for 41 and a touchdown with 9 targets, but he gets those 9 targets because T.Y. Hilton left the game for a period there with an injury. So the Colts are 3-5. Chuck Pagano needs to be fired. Just saying. By the way, if there's a vote for Coach of the Year, can we give it to Jack Del Leather Jacket? Derek Carr, 40 for 59, 513 yards and 4 touchdowns. We've said this before. You really can't run very well against the Buccaneers, but oh my, you can throw against them. You can certainly throw against them. Latavius Murray did lead them with 11 carries. Nobody else broke 5. But Amari Cooper, 12 for 173 and a touchdown. Michael Crabtree, 8 for 108. And my guy, Seth Roberts, 3 for 69 and a touchdown. Cooper had 15 targets. Crabtree had 16. Roberts had 7. That's huge numbers. Even Lat Murray got 5 receptions for 23 yards on 7 targets. People are getting involved. Now, for Tampa, this was a mess. So I really respect the job that the guys at the Daily Armory are doing on Scout Fantasy. And I know they try to put together a cash game lineup. And their guys were Winston and Evans this week, and they didn't do well. First of all, never confuse the results with the decision. Winston was a good start. I faded him personally, but I think he was a good start. Mike Evans was a great start. Mike Evans had 11 targets. You can never complain when a guy gets 11 targets. You can't. The decision was not bad. The results sucked, but the decision wasn't bad. So never complain when people are giving you a good decision. Right? That's a thoughtful decision. The results, not what we wanted. But give it up for the Oakland Raiders defensive coordinator there, who basically shut down the passing game. Adam Humphries led the whole Buccaneers with 58 yards. Jacquizz Rodgers, 69 yards and a touchdown rushing. By the way, he injured his foot at the end of the game. Who knows what's happening there? It might be a Peyton Barber love fest. Or Dougie Martin's going to get rushed back. But it's a short week for them, so I don't know. I think this week you're looking at Barber and Anton Smith. Yikes. Yikes. Speaking of injuries, Russell Wilson is not Russell Wilson. I don't know who this imposter is. But Russell Wilson, 22 for 34, 253 yards, no touchdowns. I mean, he's obviously not 100%. Kristen Michael, 10 for 40 and a touchdown. I mean, I didn't love him for a big game. I know other people did. I didn't love him for a big game. I thought this was a CJ Procise week, and it was. 4 for 80 receptions and 4 carries for 23 yards. I like CJ Procise. I do. I don't think he's great. I think in a game like this, he's great. Next week against Buffalo, I'm all in on Michael. Right? I'm all in on Michael. But right now, I like CJ Procise this game. Problem here for Seattle, when you're not getting the ball to Doug Baldwin and Jimmy Graham, you're not going to win this game. Jimmy Graham was one of the best plays of the week. Everybody liked Graham. Mans, Tommy G, me, everybody liked Graham. That he goes 3 for 34 and 5 targets. Are you kidding me? Seriously. No way you can predict that Jermaine Kearse was going to outproduce Jimmy Graham. I had the wrong J there. Now, for the New Orleans Saints, Drew Brees, 27 for 35, 265 yards and a touchdown. Very efficient game. But I think the thing that you have to worry about is Mark Ingram. Mark Ingram fumbled, 3 carries, 5 yards, and they said, sit right down. Here comes Timmy Hightower, 26 carries, 102 yards. I mean, that is insanity. Really. But it worked. Call Sean Payton insane, but call him a genius. 102 yards. Michael Thomas, 6 for 63. Willie Snead, 6 for 56. Brandon Cooks Roto, 4 for 44 and a touchdown. Kobe Fleener, 4 for 36. So, pretty interesting. All right. The Houston Texans and Detroit Lions. Texans actually win this game. They're 5-0 at home. Now, I have grave concerns here. Grave concerns. When the Detroit Lions secondary is as atrocious as it is, and all Brock Osweiler can do is go 20 for 29 and 186 yards and a touch and a pick. Do you know what that tells me? He's pig vomit. I'm telling you, the Detroit secondary didn't have its best cover guy. And they still couldn't do more. DeAndre Hopkins, 4 for 44. But the law firm of Fedorowicz, Griffin, and Steven Anderson, 3 tight ends, had 10 of the 20 receptions. 10 of the 20 receptions. So, Will Fuller, 1 for 23. That's garbage with a side of garbage. Lamar Miller, 17 for 56 and a rushing touchdown. Finally, the Lions let up a rushing touchdown. For the Lions, Matthew Stafford, 27 for 41, 240 and a touch. Theo Riddick was back, 11 carries, 56 yards, 8 receptions, 77 yards and a touchdown. This guy had 11 targets. 11 targets. The key here is Marvin Jones has dropped off the face of the earth, 3 for 33. He was very hot in the beginning. And 2, something you need to worry about. Eric Ebron, 7 receptions, 79 yards. Anquan Bolden, 1 reception, 4 yards. When Ebron is hurt, Bolden is good. When Ebron plays, Bolden is crap. Crap. Just saying. All right, the Jets. Here's how bad Ryan Fitzpatrick is. When every quarterback in football throws for 2 touchdowns against the Browns, and you only throw for 228 and 1 touchdown, you suck. Hello, there it is. You're a backup. You are not a starter. Matt Forte is a starter, though, 25 for 82 and 2 touchdowns, 2 receptions. Quincy Enunwa, 4 for 93 and a touch. Brandon Marshall, another subpar game, 4 for 68. For Cleveland, it was great to see Josh McCown. I called Josh McCown on a big game, did I not? 341 yards and 2 touchdowns. I hope you played him. I really hope you played him. Isaiah Crowell scored a touchdown rushing against the Jets, which nobody does, 29 yards. Terrell Pryor, 101 yards. Duke Johnson, 6 for 87. When McCown plays, Duke is relevant. When McCown doesn't, Duke is puke. You can quote me on that. Duke is puke without McCown. All right. Patriots and Bills. Another call that I gave you. Tom Brady. What did I say? Just when you think you understand the Patriots, you realize you know nothing. Last week, 220 yards. I think he had a touchdown. This week, you knew he was going to throw the football. They tried to get Gronkowski and Hogan the ball as much as possible. Hogan had 1 touchdown. He could add another one. Seriously, could add another one. There was a penalty. Brady looked for Hogan, and that's why I always love the narrative. I love narrative games. And especially when Belichick has the narrative there. You know they're going to want to do something. LeGarrette Blount, 18 for 43 and a touch. Brady, as I said, 315 yards and 4 touchdowns. Gronk goes back to Buffalo, 5 for 409 and a touch. And Hollywood Hogan, 4 for 91 and a touch. I'm worried about Marty B's injury, but they are on a bye week next week, so be it. For Buffalo, Tyrod Taylor, 19 for 38, 183 yards, 5 carries, 48 yards, and a touchdown. But I want to give you the names. Here are the names of the Buffalo receivers in the box score. Walter Powell. I think he does my lawn. Robert Woods. Is he still playing this game? Jerome Felton. I think I knew him in high school. Brandon Tate. Been on so many other people, been on so many rosters by now. Nick O'Leary. Serves me a beer at my local bar. Justin Hunter. Cut everywhere. I mean, this is what you're talking about. This is awful. How Buffalo is 4-4. I mean, seriously, we may have to make Rex Ryan Coach of the Year if this team's 4-4. All right, Carolina beats the Cardinals 30-20. Cam Newton, 14 for 27, 212 yards. But if Cam Newton's not getting a rushing touchdown, he sucks. I'm saying it right now. I'm doing well in one league with Cam as my quarterback, and I don't know how, because Cam has done nothing for me this year. Let me check this out. 1 moment, please. Please hold. Here we go. Cam Newton, this year. Let's see. 194 yards and a touch. 353 and 4. That was good. 262 and 3 picks. Awful. 165 and a touch. Awful. 322 and 2 is good. 212 and crap. Ugh. 2 good games in 8 weeks. 2. That's what I bought into? Seriously. I can go find some other garbage quarterback, and I think I can find somebody better. Let me see if let me do that. Who's a guy who sucks? Oh, let's see. Trevor Siemian, he sucks. Let me take a look. 178 and 1, 266 and 0, 312 and 4. All right, everything else sucks. So, hey, no, he only had 1 good game. Cam has 2. I could add Siemian in around 20. That's my point. Jonathan Stewart with 2 touchdowns. Aren't those Cam Newton's touchdowns? Did I miss something? Did I miss the memo? Kelvin Benjamin, 2 for 73. Greg Olsen, 1 for 11. Mark it down. Greg Olsen has a big week next week. Trust me, Greg Olsen doesn't go 1 for 11 and take that lightly. For Arizona, Carson Palmer played very well. J.J. Nelson, give it up for Willie from Maryland. 8 for 79, 2 touchdowns. We gave that to you on Saturday morning on our show. Larry Fitzgerald, 10 for 74. John Brown, 4 for 49 and a touchdown. David Johnson, 7 for 84. You know whose name I don't see and you don't care about? Michael Floyd. Awful. See ya. Don't care about you. Bye. Denver beats San Diego. Simeon, 276 yards. But it's more about the Devontae Booker show. 54 yards rushing, 30 yards receiving, and he had a rushing touchdown. But if you don't throw the ball to Demaryius Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders more, you're not winning anything. By the way, I'm all in on Melvin Gordon. 27 touches, 156 total yards. You're getting 15 points without a touchdown. Seriously, how do you not start him every week? How do you not start this guy every week? I'm starting him every week from now on and daily. I mean, he's getting 100 yards, he gets 80. I mean, he's getting 12. He's a 12-point guy without getting in the end zone. Come on, people. All right, Atlanta against the Packers. How Atlanta wins this game when Julio Jones Roto goes 3 for 29 is beyond me. But Devontae Freeman, 11 for 35 and a touch, 4 receptions, 23 yards and a touch. Derek Pearson gave you Devonta Freeman as a must play, and he also said Matt Ryan, 288 yards and 3 touchdowns. This is why you listen to Scout Fantasy. I love Mohamed Sanu. He was my sneaky start, 9 for 84 and a touchdown. Why was he sneaky? Because Julio Jones is going to cost you $9,600 on DraftKings. Mohamed Sanu was 41. You wanted a piece of this game. You wanted a piece of the Falcons game. That's how you get it. Green Bay, oh my God. I wake up in the morning, Randall Cobb is out. Then it's like 1:30, Ty Montgomery's out. Come on, man. Tell me the night before. Jordy Nelson, 4 for 94 and a touchdown. Devontae Adams, 12 receptions on 14 targets. That's pretty amazing. By the way, Nile Davis, so far, biggest waste of free agent money of my lifetime. 3 carries, 4 yards, 2 receptions, 4 yards. I'm so happy I spent $222 on that piece of garbage. All right, Dallas and Philadelphia, Carson Wentz, 43 attempts, 1 touchdown, 202 yards. When you have 43 attempts for 202 yards and 1 touchdown, that's not very good. You know who else is not very good? Ryan Matthews, had 8 snaps, 4 carries, 10 yards. He's garbage. I've told you that. Jordan Matthews, though, with 11 receptions and Green Beckham with 9. Those guys are emerging. Zach Ertz, 4 targets, 4 receptions. By the way, Nelson Aguilar, I can't stand anymore. I would cut him just because I could. For Dallas, Cole Beasley went down. Terrence Williams went down. Dez Bryant, 4 for 113 and a touchdown. Dak Prescott keeping this job as well he should. 287 yards and 2 touchdowns. Plus he had 38 yards rushing and a touchdown. That's pretty great. But Ezekiel Elliott, 96 yards rushing and 52 receiving. And it looked like he could have done more. Looks like he could have done way more. But, big but right now. First of all, Morris Claiborne might have a groin tear. Secondly, Barry Church, broken forearm. Dallas's defense is taking a huge hit right here. Huge. So let's watch that closely moving forward. Who does Dallas have? Dallas has Cleveland next week. Hello, Terrell Pryor. They've got Pittsburgh the week after that. Good luck stopping Antonio Brown. I think Ben Roethlisberger returns that week. Then they have Baltimore, Washington, Minnesota, Giants, Tampa, Detroit. Without Claiborne, without Church, they have issues. Great offense, defense playing much better, but still, I'm worried. Okay. Let's take a look at the Monday night matchup. I am in on 2 Vikings tonight. I'm in on Matt Asiata, who I believe will have a very good game tonight. Very good game. And I'm in on Stephon Diggs. I think Asiata gets about 50 yards rushing, 50 yards receiving, and 6 receptions. So about 16 points, maybe a touchdown. 22 points. I think Stephon Diggs gets about 8 for 70. After that, I can't predict. For the Bears, I don't know what's going to happen tonight. I really don't know. And I think the thing I'm looking forward to most of all about the Bears game tonight is finding out who they are now with Jay Cutler. What's their identity? John Fox hates him. He doesn't want to be there. He's miserable. The team hates him. Everybody hates everybody. Jordan Howard's not getting enough play. They're going to go with the hot hand. Oh, great, Jordan Howard owners. My God, that's awful. We got to figure this out and quickly. So I'm very interested to see what the Bears do. I think the Bears lose this game. I think it'll be close, but I think they lose it. But right now it's time to put away the insurance cards, put away the copay. The office is closed, my friends. Never too late to join Scout Fantasy. Go to scoutfantasy.com, enter the promo code ROTO, that's ROTO. Pay for 1 month, you get 2 more for free. We've got big news coming tomorrow, huge news coming tomorrow. Looking forward to sharing that with everybody out there. Scout is going to be growing by 1 more individual, and this person is a game changer, I think, for what we do at Scout Fantasy. And I don't often say that, but this is a game changer. I'm excited. All right, enjoy the Monday night game. Hope you win. Be well. Take care.
Thanks for listening to the Scout Fantasy Show. There's never been a better time to join the Scout Army. Visit scoutfantasy.com. Use the promo ROTO for 2 months free. And don't forget, fantasy players, please thumbs up the podcast on the iHeart app. See you next time. Go Scouts!